the other side of the screen, but they're still hitting me. And I'm like, what the fuck is this even?
We're
What?
live, by
What?
the way, so don't talk about work.
Thank you. I was just about to say, are we live?
Oh, yeah. I was about to say something about work too, so we won't do that.
High five.
Hang on a second.
I could talk about work though, because I'm quitting my job. Yay!
Oh,
New job starts 30th. Chasing that money.
Jason. Oh god, there's a cat eating my foot. Ow, ow.
My cat doesn't eat anything, so you don't have to worry about it.
Look at this kitten. Look at this little shit.
Come here, shithead. This is shithead. He is. How old is he now? Since 2007 at least?
Wow. My oldest cat's about to turn 10, so he's like 8 months.
That's a cute kitty then. That also means he's actually a shithead.
Yeah, we call him. We've been calling him the Loot Gremlin, and we regret not calling him like a goblin from World of Warcraft, because I've got Toph, which is named after Avatar, Jaina Permore, which is named after WoW, and then I'm like, we could have named him Gazlo as a goblin, but we named him Morden Solus from Mass Effect.
Solus is also someone else. I think it's a Spider-Man villain? Spider-Verse villain. Have you read Spider-Verse?
I'm trying to think which version. No, it's not coming to mind. I'm more of a DC person, as naughty as I am.
Spider-Verse is worth a read. It's where all the Spider-Mans from the multiverse join together to fight. You know that energy vampire that Spider-Man fought a bunch of times?
It begins with an M, like
M sounds right. Well, him and his family are hunting Spider-Mans across the multiverse and eating them because it's fun. And I think the dad or the big brother of him is named Solus.
Huh.
Energy vampire, like the vampire character?
Morbius.
Morbius, that's right. Okay, that's who I thought you were talking about.
No, that's a different vampire.
Did all the Spider-Men who could shoot webs naturally make fun of the Spider-Man who had to use devices to shoot webs?
You know what? I don't think it came up, but there was this interaction between the two of them where it was like, "Is that Tobey Maguire?" And like, the Spider-Man from the cartoon showed up, and Spider-Man Assassin, and Dr. Octopus is Spider-Man. It was a whole thing. It was great. It's a good crossover.
Morlun is the character's name.
That's it, Morlun. He is a straight up multiverse jumping energy vampire that they hunt animal totems, and that's what the Spider-Men are, or the Spider People, because the Spider-Gwen is in it, and so is Spider-Girl. And
you know, if they didn't kill him, it would have been great to have, Kraven the Hunter, the man who hunts animals and deadly prey.
He's in it because it's a multiverse thing.
Oh yeah, yep.
But he's not exactly. He's not the Kraven you know. You'd be disappointed if you're excited about Kraven showing up.
Do they oh my god, this cat. Do they tackle the best Spider-Man rendition, Spider-Man Turn Out the Lights, the 2007 failure Broadway musical?
I don't think so. Spider-Ham is there though.
Well, they were going to be in the comic, but they couldn't be reached in the ER.
It was it deaths, or because I know they sent like 4 people to the hospital.
I know they had a lot of injuries or deaths. I don't know how many were just injuries and how many were worse.
Let me Google
I
this.
think if it had been worse, they probably would have stopped sooner. But maybe not.
Like the villain song was pretty cool, but they're like, here's the Sinister Six, Craven the Hunter, the Lizard, Swiss Miss, and I'm like, who's Swiss Miss? She's like
Swiss Miss, the cocoa
Swiss.
brand, is a villain? That's impossible. She makes hot chocolate. How could she be evil?
Hold on. Swiss Miss was created solely for the musical.
Of all
Bring
the
the-
things it could have gone with?
Yeah, she could use. They said that it needed a woman's touch. She's like,
So let's make up a character that brings to mind hot chocolate.
well, she's like full of blades. Hold on, let me out of context. That's Swiss Miss.
Oh, jeez.
She looks like one of those like all-in-one wine bottle openers.
She looks like she should be in like Thor. Except, why is she a unicorn or a narwhal?
Those are her drills
Why?
to pierce the heavens.
Oh my
That's
god! Did you just seriously
with
make a Gurren
milk.
Lagann reference? I didn't know it was 2007 again.
What is that?
Gurren Lagann. It's a very meta anime. It's actually really good, but
I like it a lot. You ever seen the movies?
I have not seen the movies.
They're pretty good. They add a
Uh,
little bit. They streamline it and even add some stuff. So
Has everyone seen the Stone Ocean trailer?
what's Stone Ocean?
JoJo.
I don't watch JoJo.
You should watch JoJo.
I watch Black Clover, baby.
Well, Black Clover is not as good as JoJo.
Oh
I-
my god!
I highly disagree with that statement.
Have you seen all of JoJo?
I've seen the first 2 seasons of JoJo and I stopped.
I finished
You didn't.
all
you
of
didn't
the.
see any of the stands then.
Look, I read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in the 90s and early 2000s. So
Goodbye, JoJo. I watched Seven Deadly Sins. I caught up on the latest season. God, that show went downhill, man. That took like
After-
Sword Art Online levels of downhill.
after season 2, I just couldn't even. It basically introduced power levels to that anime and just made it so much worse.
Yes.
That's what you need is power levels. Scouters.
What?
But no, JoJo is one of those things that I'll eventually get back around to it. But
So good, especially Josuke and
Jotaro.
Jotaro. I love the season where they're not like trying to save the world and fighting Dio. They're just like in this town trying to fight a serial killer.
I think that's one of its strengths. Is like every season kind of has something different.
yeah,
Right. They can do a different story.
Started watching Shaman King on Netflix and watching the official dub. They brought back a majority of people from 4Kids.
really.
Like they got about half the cast back. The main character, some of the side characters aren't the same, but like I was watching it, and I was like, is that the same person they got from like 2008? And I looked it up and it's like, yeah, they got him back. They got the guy who plays Joey Wheeler back as a character, and I'm like, oh man, like it's so weird because like I'm used like there's some of the characters are new, some of them are old, so like my brain can't process it because it's trying to go back to the old anime, and I'm like, it's like any remake where they're rushing through the first half to get to the new stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Brotherhood.
Brotherhood was so good.
Oh, it was, especially after the original anime.
The original anime got me into modern anime though. Like it matured me out of Digimon and Pokemon levels of anime and into like anime can be serious.
That was around that came out in like 2004. Yeah. I won't say that's the anime that did it for me. Outlaw Star was the one that did that for me.
I really didn't like. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff like that, and I was like, oh yeah, this is great. But like,
show is my jam.
but I remember it was the 4th episode of Full Metal Alchemist, the one where they're in the town and the kids keep going missing and they're building dolls out of their bodies, and I'm like, that's some dark shit. Like, I didn't think you could do animation like that. It's like you could have like Batman adventures and stuff like that, but it was just like, no, like here's some like deep stuff, and then I watched some awful stuff.
I've seen some
there was
pretty-
a rabbit hole in the early
What is some awful stuff?
Ghost stories. It's so awful that it's one of those things. If it's so bad, it's good, but it's bad.
No, so Ghost Stories is its own unique thing because they pretty much took a shitty subpar Japanese anime and just went like the voice actors got to write their own scripts, and they turned one character into a religious like fanatic Christian, and, and like they cuss, and it's yeah. I'm trying to think what was like early 2000. Bobo was one of them. I remember that.
Yeah, Bobobo was like one of those that you just watched to see what would happen. Because I would just be like, what the fuck is even going on right now?
It was like because Toonami had just some good stuff, and then there would also be some garbage like Mare and stuff like that. And
You know what was You know what was a surprisingly good anime, despite aiming for the like younger teen demographic, was Zatch Bell.
courage and heart will pull us through. Zatch Bell.
Oh, Rave Master. I didn't care too much for Rave Master.
I liked
personally.
the theme, but that was by a ska band. Who did the? Was it Real Big Fish?
Probably. It probably was.
Well, the guy who made Rave Master made Fairy Tale, and Fairy Tale is I as much as I hate the later seasons because also power levels and shit. Like he kept his world consistent. He had
Yeah.
it like here's how the world works, and when the world changed, he made it like make sense. And I was like, world building wise was great.
You know the great thing about it too? It actually ended.
Yeah, and not all characters hooked up, which I was impressed by. That not everybody got shipped by the end of it.
Brett's up here just like, you fucking weebs.
Oh no, I just don't know.
No.
It's okay.
I like anime. I just don't watch it or know it well enough to be able to have a conversation about it.
Oh, dude, I watch like one thing every like 2 years, so I am just about as out of the loop as you are.
Not go like I
I'm the
used
same.
to.
Hold on. I know for certain that you're watching That Time I Reincarnated by a Slime, Dr. Stone, My Hero.
I'm
and
not
Black
watching
Clover.
I'm not watching Dr. Stone.
You're not?
No, I watched like the first like 10 episodes of it, and I was just like, I don't care for this.
Okay, well,
It's
3 out of 4.
What were the other ones outside of Black Clover?
My Hero. That
I
Time I
only-
was Reincarnated.
Since Eileen isn't home, I only watch My Hero because Eileen's really into it.
I really like My Hero.
So no, it is good, but I would not probably sit down by myself and watch it. I watch it because she's into it, and I'm like, all right, yeah, it's kind of a shared interest thing. So, but what was
Watch it
that?
for the memes.
What was that last one?
That Time I got reincarnated by a slime.
Yeah, that's another one I'm watching with Eileen. So we're waiting on the new episodes.
So it's
But yeah,
only
you're
Black
right.
Clover.
By myself. So shut up.
It's 3. You're still
Shut
watching
up.
3.
I think the problem is like Crunchyroll and Funimation did the split, and then they wanted like they stopped posting their stuff on other platforms, and so you had to go to their platforms, and then they were on other platforms, left the platforms, and now Crunchyroll and Funimation are pretty much the same entity because they just bought it. And it's just like I just want a place to watch dubbed anime. Like I hate having to jump through these hoops, and some platforms have it, some platforms don't. Like I was watching Overlord, and then Overlord
That was another one you watched this year, Scott.
I started it, but I didn't really get that far because I got into Black Clover real hard. So
Overlord is so much better than Black Clover.
it's good to me. It's good, but for different reasons.
it's a good meta commentary anime.
Yes,
What
that
kind of- Yeah, what's your particular favorite genre of anime?
For me, I like hard fantasy. That's not isekai.
I like isekai. I like bullshit isekai.
Oh, Konosuba. That's another one.
Konosuba is amazing.
Explosion!
Yeah. Like these days, a lot of the fantasy stuff seems to be very meta, and I'm meta's great, humor is great, but I want a good like fantasy RPG. And Black Clover is just ticking all of those boxes for me right now.
Did you
I
watch
like-
Goblin Slayer this year, Scott?
I couldn't.
Was it this year? Was it this year or was it last year? The year
I'm
has
just,
the
I'm
last
just
year
trying
has
to
just.
tack on additional animes that
I
you've seen.
know, but I'm legitimately trying to think. Was it this year or last year? Because the year has just blended together.
It
I
was
want to
this
say
year.
was it this year? I want to say
It
it was
was
this
because
year.
I had just started watching it this year, like towards the very beginning for Goblin Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, "Oh yeah, I just watched
Okay,
that."
so it was this year. Okay,
It's
so we're up
fucking
to
dark.
we're up to 4 now.
Has anybody seen Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon?
Ow, 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 ow.
Yes.
I'm eating my own words here, Sean. Ow, ow, ow.
I
Yeah,
discovered
I
Food
watched.
Wars on Adult Swim that I've been loving
Which one?
just because it's out there. Food Wars.
I haven't seen Food
Oh,
Wars.
Food Wars.
It is a anime about
Chefs.
this like life or death, almost life or death kind of food competition, but and it gets
Wars.
really weird. Like they
To
will
symbolize how good
get
food.
hyper focused on the umami of like salt and go on, and one character will have like a soliloquy about it for like a minute. It's just
And
crazy. Like,
Is this
okay, whatever.
is this the one where at the very beginning of the series the dad's just like, I'm going on a trip, see you later, and the son's like, I'm gonna be the best chef ever.
well,
I don't know.
the,
I
the
haven't seen the first episode, so I
Oh.
don't know.
yeah,
I think I've seen some of it because I remember watching maybe 1 or 2 episodes of it, and people would eat the food and it would be so good their clothes would like explode off their bodies.
the flavor
Yeah,
of the
like I think
umami
there's
just
one. There's
killed
like
me.
one girl character, or one female character in there who, yeah, she has some sort of invoke some sort of response from people when they eat her food or something. I can't remember.
Because
It's usually comes on late at night, so
Yeah,
but it's great.
it's really kind of like you pretty much got the plot down. Like the dad's like a famous chef that came from like this prestigious school where it's like only a certain amount of people can graduate each year, and he was an alumni, and he's like, I'm just gonna shut down my shop, and you go to the school now, and the guy's like a cocky bastard. And he shows everybody that's like home cooking and classic style cooking in Japan is better than your fancy shit. And it's like it's like watching Yu-Gi-Oh, but instead of cards, it's ingredients, and they will
Activated
explain
my
shit.
umami.
I'm going to use this pot of greed to draw 2 cards. That kind of shit.
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah, you're right. That's a much better way to describe it. When is it? It does invoke that kind of Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I've got this, but they're talking about food ingredient. This celery. This celery will be the secret ingredient that blah blah
Or
blah.
like or like the character's having an existential crisis when he realizes that his opposing chef is like using some kind of like obscure recipes, like, and then it's like doing the thing where the background gets all blurry and it's like he's having an inner like dialogue with himself. It's like,
I
oh.
I learned some actual good cooking techniques, like how to cut things properly, and like the techniques and what they teach is correct, which is fascinating. And like, there's been some good recipes that like I wanted. It's like, oh, that sounds like a cool dish. But yeah, it's bonkers. It's not like there was actually an anime in the '90s called Fighting Foodons, which was like Pokemon but with food, where chefs would make a dish, throw a trading card in it, and then the food would become monsters. And you got it. Well, here we go. I'm gonna find that
It
trailer
sounds
for you.
amazing.
Has anybody seen Baki?
the name doesn't sound familiar.
So it's based off of this. It's a manga, and he's called Baki the Brawler. So it's like an underground like death match fighting tournament, and it it's kind of funny the way that it describes all the fighting styles and stuff. It's talking about just like most of them are just sheer nonsense. Like but the way that they present it, it's like the 7-point deadly death strike, and it's like it expands in detail about like the history of it and stuff, like presenting it like it's real fighting styles, and it always just gets me because it's like so over the top nonsensical. They're like characters that can like get hit by a truck and stuff, like they're all superhuman basically, but they just present all of the different styles as fact and do like these little expo things where they're talking about it, and I'm like in the back and I'm like, man, this is just fucking ridiculous. This is so stupid. But I like the show.
There was one anime I
just-
watched that was kind of like that. It was Juni Taisen. Essentially, there was a fighter to represent each of the Chinese zodiacs, the rat, the boar, all that stuff, and they pretty much had to fight to the death in like a battle royale thing. But the problem was they spoiled the entire order of like the kill order for the whole thing in the outro of the
Oh,
first
no.
episode. So if you were smart, you could see it coming.
Well, they've always done that kind of shit in intros and outros, to where they'd kind of give you like, things will pop up and you're like, oh, what's that? And then you see it later and you go, oh shit, it was that. Because I've seen that in several anime.
But yeah, you like it. The action is decent, but once you get to like the third death and they end the episode, you see the pattern and you're
Oh,
like, are you kidding me?
I-
And so I was like checking it off, and I'm like, yep, this is how it's gonna end.
Okay, that's a little bit different than what I was saying, because I've seen anime to where like they'll show like two characters together, or like something happen and you're just like, okay, well I know that's coming up, and then it happens and you're like, oh, it was in the intro.
No,
Kinda thing.
there's foreshadowing, and then there's literally beat by beat. But sorry,
Storytelling by numbers.
pretty much.
We're 30 minutes in. We're not going to wait on Chris anymore.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, what happened?
My
What
ex-wife
did
came to
happen?
town.
Oh yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
Give her
I
a
forgot
name.
her name. We gave her a name. I think we both forgot it just now. Ellie or something.
Maybe I wrote it down.
I made loose leaf invisible. He tried to duplicate her, but it failed, and he turned back.
I stole her
And-
staff. My hand's now stone.
We ran away. We're out of the village. Peace Sprout is separate from us, but the rest of the party
believe-
should be all together, I believe.
Peace Sprout is
Was
gone.
there an
We
issue
don't know
with
where it
papers,
is.
identification papers when we stopped, or did we solve that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think I think we tricked the guards. You and I faked being a couple.
That's right.
Bluffed our way in, and then we.
Oh,
went
that's
back
right.
to the
No,
inn.
yeah, I charmed the guard, and we're back in.
Okay.
You're back in town. Where do you head? Where do y'all go in town?
The boys are back in town.
Okay, yeah, I
You
remember
guys are
getting back.
in town.
Where did we go? Oh, we went straight back, didn't we?
Yeah, since the elven,
Oh,
palanquin
you
and stuff
kinda
is gone.
investigate the scene to see if they were still around, but they weren't.
Something like that. Yeah.
So what is it that you would like to do? Because, well, what is it you'd like to do before I just randomly think of plot to inflict upon you?
Well,
Wait, is our next match happening soon?
yeah. When's the next battle? Or
I mean, and maybe
Let's-
if you had some paperwork from
paperwork? Listen, I got an agent that
maybe
handles
if you
that.
talk to that
You
guy,
contact him. He'll figure it out for you. Thank you.
call your agent.
Yeah.
I know there
We
are other matches going on.
But we kind of like learned that being in the stands is probably a bad idea because we kind of
I
attack
wonder
people
if
in the
all
crowd.
Fights are like that, or y'all are just fucking crazy.
Well,
Probably both.
yeah.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
As the this is plot coming unless someone stops it. As you
Well, geez.
as you walk into town, you see a gnome child having a tantrum in a doorway with a mother frantically trying to calm the child down with a fearful look in her eyes. And as the tantrum progresses, the child starts to glow.
Starts to glow.
Glow.
I'm
that
gonna
ain't-
turn. I'm gonna shift into a.
Waylon says that out loud. Well, that ain't right.
I'm gonna shift into a cute little puppy. Hold
in the
on.
middle of the street. Magic is
Ah.
illegal here.
I was
So-
going to play it a star until it started glowing blue. Now I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in the middle of the street. No one's gonna. What are they gonna
I'm
do?
gonna approach.
So the child is glowing blue. Where's Gideon at? Or yeah, Gideon.
Gideon is with the party at large. All of y'all are together currently, I believe.
Okay.
You
Roll
turn
20
into a
like-
puppy. Is
I'm gonna
this-
turn into a puppy Sheena Ibu.
And this is native to your Arctic lands.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm gonna turn into a wolf puppy or a wolf cub.
Okay.
Husky.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Sweet baby husky pup.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna kind of go up there and nuzzle him and do like things that a puppy would normally do to try to cheer up a kid and let him pet me and.
How does the
Yeah.
puppy walk with the stone paw and a giant stick sticking out of it?
Well, no, the stick comes with me.
Where is the stick?
Oh, it's on the stone. Because it's technically not a part of my body, doesn't get absorbed. So it's going to be in my mouth. If I have to transform with it, I'm going to make it like in my mouth.
I'm picturing that I've got a big stick song that plays.
I got a big stick.
It's like Sif holding the sword. Jeff gets it.
I do get it.
Fuck that
You're a little
dog
wolf-
and his
wolf
fucking
pup.
sword in Dark Souls.
Dog's not that hard.
He's not that hard, man. Just get better.
He's a heckin' good boy.
That's Dark Souls. Get good.
I found the boars right before him harder, actually. I hated those boars. Stupid things.
Sexy boars.
As you
Dumb
approach
pigs.
the child and its mother with your giant magic staff, do you just approach? What do? Use one of your holds. Do something.
It was something cool.
Do something cool. This kid's having a tantrum and he's starting to glow.
I'm gonna just ask the mom if I can help in any way.
Uh,
Is there something I can do? Can I can play the kid a lovely ballad to calm
she
him down,
looks
maybe.
at you wide-eyed. She said, "No, everything's fine. Everything's great. He's okay. He's okay."
Now, ma'am, I'm not gonna get you in trouble here. I'll help you conceal whatever's going on.
As
But,
as you say that, you see some guards turn a corner.
I would
Onto
see
the
some
main
guards
street.
turn the corner, and I would take your kid and go hide real fast.
So to set the scene a little bit more
And then
descriptive.
I'll turn and advance towards the guards.
Okay.
Start
so
walking towards them.
the guards come out of the alleyway and are turn and come in your direction. The kid is having a tantrum in the doorway of a shop. The mother is frantic. We've got Puppers Mick Big Stick nuzzled up next to the small child.
I hit aid and interfere, but I meant to do parlay.
You want to parlay with the child?
Yeah, to try to calm him down.
Excellent. I love everything about that.
With a 9. Do you want me to re-roll since I rolled a 9 from aid or interfere?
I think parlay is charisma. So if you want to roll your 2d6, which is just straight 9, what's your charisma?
-1.
So it's an 8. That's not bad.
Okay.
What does parlay do? I should really know the rules at this point, but fuck
And
it.
so do I. You ask for something, you make the prompt.
I feel like we should all kind of know the rules at this point, but we seem to not.
We kind of make
No.
shit up as we go along. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you're trying to leverage them with your cuteness.
Woo.
Yes, ooh. You need to do something right now.
I'm gonna
that you mean it.
I'm gonna do 2 little circles, chase my tail, and I'm gonna get on my paws, and I'm just gonna go. Arf, arf.
The child looks up at you, looks you right in the eyes, and while he is glowing blue, the glow dims, but you see a green color in his eyes glowing brightly,
Uh, uh, uh.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't know what you know about colors and
no one
magic
else
in this
getting
world.
audio stutter. I can't hear anything. Must be my problem.
You can't hear Brett? Yup, you can't. Let's wave it. Let's everyone wave at Brett.
I'm guessing yes.
He's gone now.
Just
miss
chopping
him.
up.
He's gonna distract the guards for us, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Does that so remind I'm recalling something specific about magic in the world that we described. Does everyone know the importance of colors and magic?
Green is like
Bell
bad.
energy.
Yeah, green is bad, and every other color is also bad because fire is fireballs and that's red, so that's bad.
Is it demon energy? Is it Gideon magic? Is this a
No,
child that's been
that's
tainted
dark.
by
That's
Gideon?
just black.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to have to kill another child. But I don't want a child to die.
Did we
Wait.
not-
So what?
oh,
What
well,
color?
green.
What? I feel like I want Brett to come back before we decide what to do here.
Yeah, no, let him have an option.
He had a very important thing happening, and
Mhm.
we need closure on that.
Right.
I could disconnect him.
Yeah. Just
That'll do it.
I did it.
Oh no, he disconnected all on his own and no one else helped.
On his own.
Oh no!
I'm definitely not streaming the right click disconnect.
No one watches. I watch.
What's the name of this episode?
I don't know what the next anymore. The clever title comment coming soon.
I don't know what to call the episodes anymore because we all just do fucking random shit.
they should all should all be something like, "Oops, someone died."
Oops, all murder.
Name them Gideon Triumphant Part 1 and just do different parts.
Just keep going with it.
Gideon Ascendant. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Monkey.
I'll do them out of order.
Monkey.
I posted a monkey into chat just so you know I'm there. Here you go. We got a comment.
Oh shit, how do I do chat? I don't see chat. Oh, I see monkey. Can I type in chat? Sign in
Good.
to chat. I cannot perform inside of Streamlabs. To interact with chat, I need to do chat in chat browser. That's annoying. Bullshit. Can I?
Can you?
I really should be able to chat within Streamlabs.
I think you can.
I can't even chat in this browser.
Hmm.
Oh well, I love the monkey. Oh, there's Nvidia again.
Monkey.
Someone spam it, Brett, in chat. I can't close it or else the whole shit goes broken. There
Huh?
he is.
You did it.
We did it, Reddit.
We changed the universe.
Nope.
Oh.
And there he goes.
I only have one joke for this. I gotta wait for him to get back to use it. You back with us, Brett?
I'm back.
Time
Sorry
my
about that.
Time for my only joke. Stop downloading porn while we're playing, please. You approach the
Internet
guards. What are you
Okay.
doing?
Yeah. I think I was looking for some at the time. I was looking for. I want to sing a song to them to distract them, and I was looking for the appropriate move in my list of moves.
So you have
But I would
approached
like
them
to just
standing right in front of them, and you're just
walk
gonna
up
burst out
and
into
just
song.
Yeah,
Okay, I love it.
just I'm gonna explain to them as I approach them. Howdy, fellas. Just want to thank you for keeping us safe while we're here in your lovely town. I'd like to sing you a song here. It's about wrenches. And then
Wrenches.
And then you
yes.
pull out a wrench and brain him.
No. Then I sing it.
Okay, what does this song sound like? Well, you want to sing about wrenches. I need to know, I need to hear this.
Well, my best friend in life are my wrenches. My wife made me sell all my finches. All right, that's all I got.
I had to save my money, so I stopped using wenches.
Uh, it sounds like you are trying to defy danger with charisma, unless you have a specific move in mind you want to use.
No, I think that's what I was coming to the conclusion before I had to reboot.
All right, so you are distracting them so that hopefully someone can do something to prevent what you don't know from happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking glowing kid in a city that doesn't allow magic. I need to distract the guards so they don't hurt this kid. That's my thinking.
I love it. That's fair. Roll defy danger with charisma. Oh, I always don't know what to do with these.
Right. Oh, there it is.
I really should just create a list of middle of the road consequences. Looks like we just lost Brett. Oh, sorry, not Brett. We just lost Justin.
I was gonna say I'm still here, I think.
What's a good mixed success for you? Not for you for your song succeeding, but also not.
I would think it'd probably buy me maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds before they decide to look behind me. Like enough time for them to move, but not enough time for them to you know,
Sure.
it's still gonna be cutting it close.
I like that. I like that. As you start singing your song, the guard gets kind of frustrated with your southern accent, and
Hmm.
he pushes you aside towards the very last chord of it, which should give someone an opportunity to do something with this child. Gideon.
I
I'm
hope
Gideon.
somebody's
That's me.
doing something.
Gideon.
Last time we trusted him
What
with
is Gideon
children, they
gonna
ended
do?
up dead.
Gideon would
Actually,
like to eat the child.
actually, hold on. The puppy is actually doing something.
Am I doing
Well,
something?
if
I
all
said,
else fails,
You were
Gideon.
doing. You were dancing. Oh, you spawned. You caused the kid to calm down a little, and then the glowing green eyes.
Just a scotch. Just a scotch.
So, what are the odds that Gideon could eat the child and absorb its magic?
You better do something before Flanagan does.
So here's the problem with you eating someone. You are currently not a goo monster. You're going to have to like dislocate your jaw to show a gnome.
What if he sheds his mortal coil into his original form?
I don't know that he can currently.
But has he tried?
He
Could
has
I
not
could I
tried.
could I use Gideon's fell energy to liquefy Killian's body and think on on Stranger Things, the
I
meat
haven't seen
monster.
Stranger Things.
Oh God, there's this whole thing with the the it's not even the Demogorgon, it's the shadow monster in like season
Season 2.
4, 3. Is it season 3?
So
Which one is which? So we're on season 3 with Stranger Things now,
3
right?
was the mole. Yeah.
Let me
Okay,
say this
yes.
about Killian.
Remember the giant meat monster in season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking with Gideon. I could just do that.
Let me say this about Gideon. Your souls have been projected into the bodies of other people. Gideon isn't his full powered self. He's been tapping lightly into his powers, but he's not gone full Durian power yet. So we don't know the full extent of what he was able to bring over. If you start trying to do crazy magic, we'll start hitting his limitations quicker, I think.
What if I tried? Go ahead. Sorry, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Well, are you willing to risk finding out that he's less powerful in this world right now just to eat a child?
I was gonna say, could Flanagan attempt to summon his flaming sword that he got from the Krampus in the other dimension will it into this one, basically?
That's interesting. I'm not sure how you would. I don't know that you can summon it from another timeline because it's not just a dimensional thing; it's the future.
Could you use the child as a channel to summon it?
Okay, so you don't want to save the child.
Could you use the raw energy from the child to pull the sword?
In this child.
It's pretty powerful, right?
Yeah.
And you want to either eat it or use it as a conduit to summon a giant flaming sword.
Child for a sword seems like a pretty fair trade to me.
In the middle of a city.
Well, this did not go as I was planning.
It never does with Giddeon.
I'm just speaking hypothetically, all right?
I'm just trying to figure out where y'all's alignment is. It's not good.
Well, I'm trying to save the kid. I don't know that he's planning to eat the kid.
You're trying to save the kid. You and our druid are trying to save the kid, and then behind you there's like two one's like, how can I utilize this child? And the other one is like, how can I eat this child?
As the
About
halfling
50-50 at this point.
as he unhinges his jaw, ready to consume the child in one
Everyone has
gulp.
their own agenda.
You just hear an awful noise in the background, like as the jaw just unhinges, the flesh rips at the jawline, and it just extends out. The teeth get longer and sharper, and Killian's irises bleed into an inky blackness as his head goes into an unnatural position.
the neck just like the bone just starts popping.
I fucking crack myself
You
up.
know what? That can absolutely happen. You are willing to do that in the middle of a busy street in front of tons of pedestrians and guards.
And
They're all
meanwhile, in the
gnomes.
background, I'm still singing about wrenches and nut size for wrenches.
You're up there trying making an impromptu song, and you're like, do 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 do. We're all back there. Horrible things are happening right behind you, and you don't even know.
How about this? As the child's eyes turn green and he looks at his mommy starts to turn a pasty granite color as she turns to stone.
Oh, okay. So let's pull a boys here. Somebody pick the child up and stonify the guards.
I'm going to use.
You guys better do something quick. You guys better do something quick before I do something that's gonna make the whole party regret it.
I'm gonna.
He's gonna do it.
You're gonna eat him?
He's gonna sever the head of the child. And stick it into a bag. He's gonna use it like a Gorgon head.
He beat me to an action, so.
How do I roll for that? What do I roll?
I believe you rolled Defy Danger with. Are you slash or how are you removing his head?
Single slash.
With your dagger or knife or whatever?
You're just gonna pull at the hair until the head rips off the neck. They're gnomes.
No. Well, that's
He's
true. They are
halfling,
gnomes.
so keep that in mind.
Dagger would probably be sufficient, given it's a child gnome.
He's gonna do that.
Defy Danger with dexterity.
Oh, dexterity.
Well, what did you roll?
Wrong. Strength.
Well,
Just did it without looking.
Strong, or a bit. Your dex is probably more, isn't it?
Is it 10 successful?
Yes.
My dex and my strength are equal, so let's just go with that.
As you decapitate the gnome in front of his stoned-faced parent, leaving the body to the floor, what? You just throw it in your bag?
No, I'm gonna turn it towards the guards.
You just pick it. Okay. You turn to the guards and you pop it right up on Waylon's shoulder like a two-headed ogre.
I'm gonna whisper in his ear, "Don't look."
And the guards turn to stone. They open their eyes and their mouths wide. And then you can see it starts on their tongue and starts to come out. And you hear some people shrieking from behind you as the two guards turn to stone. And there's the headless corpse of a small child in the doorway of a store.
Who's shrieking?
Some peasants behind you.
How many peasants? Like how I thought we were
Roll
like in a side
2d6.
alley. How crowded?
No, you're out on the main street. I've said this over and over again.
Oh, okay, well that's fine. Doesn't change anything.
I just keep looking at Justin. He's just been face palming this whole time.
I don't want to do this, but my character at this point would actually attack Gideon.
So yeah, I'm gonna turn the head towards any observers that are not in the party. The head is gonna turn towards them and turn them to stone.
Okay, so you're gonna
If
turn
possible.
towards the small. Roll 2d6, please. We're finding out how many people you're about to engage with. Excellent. 6 pedestrians all looking your way, shrieking and yelling for help as you turn to them, and they turn to
I'm gonna shout. Do they actually turn to statues?
They do.
Okay, I don't have to shout like, look, everybody, look.
Loose Leaf, it sounded like you had something important you wanted to do.
You know
Yeah, I'm gonna shapeshift out of dog form
You can have the scraps. The body's probably still got magic in it.
That's what Gideon says.
That's what Gideon says.
I'm turning into the poisonous spider from the arena, and I'm going to attempt to web him.
You ever seen that movie Warlock?
No.
You can use the fat to brew a potion of flying.
So
I have something I'm going to do if the web is successful.
I think this is the webbing. This is a fast thing. You want to do this quickly. Speed is the most important thing, right?
Yep.
So roll Defy Danger with Dexterity to web up Gideon. Up against a wall.
Yeah.
Your back is turned, Gideon. Sorry. It gets a free shot at you.
Oh.
Do I get to roll my Defy Danger against his?
You do not. Your back is turned because you're stoning pedestrians. You find yourself pinned to the wall with a web and a head of a gnome child. Davril, what did you want to add to this?
I walk up and I touch the head and I cast Dispel Magic on it.
Nice.
Roll and use magic.
Go use magic. Cast a spell, that's what it is.
That fails.
And the green light in his eyes dissipates as the remaining life left in this strange husk of magic head dissipates.
Gideon lets out a shriek of anger. Gideon is thrashing against the webs and bellowing in anger.
We've had enough of this murderer, says the spider. We need
Am
to
I
put
able
it
to get
down.
out of the webs?
You want to break free from the webs
Yeah.
with your knife?
Yeah.
All right. So
Am I able to do that?
absolutely.
Like how
Loose Leaf is
how pinned
monologuing that we need to
am I?
kill the Gideon, and you bust out your knife and slash it. Defy Danger with Dexterity. You slash at the webbing, nicking a nice way out. But as you slide out of the webbing, you lose your shirt and your upper body armor because it's stuck to the webs. You're running around with just pants and shoes and your dagger.
Okay. Good with that.
I need to have a table talk here.
I feel like what Gideon would do is probably attack loose leaf. Is it
No,
loose? Are you loose leaf, Scott?
Yeah.
Let's have a
So,
table talk. Let's find
We
out.
need to have a table talk here. What are all right? Out of character, no thing. Are
Davril.
you?
I'm sorry, Davril. Bleh. So wait a minute. Am I missing something? Is there talking going on behind my back?
No, we need
No,
to have
no.
a discussion about whether your character.
What you're expecting to happen right now? Because the way you're acting, like I know it's in character and stuff, but
Let me reconnect.
how?
I think Jeff
Yeah, I don't think you can hear. Can you guys hear me?
Hold on a second.
I hear you.
I hear you.
It's definitely always Jeff's audio.
Yeah, he's got a wireless headset that kind of cuts out frequently.
So, okay, so I've been acting without being able to hear Justin or Brett.
Weird.
Have you guys been talking?
Yeah.
Like you guys have just circling, and I thought I had heard Sean say that you guys had dropped out for some reason. I said, "Oh, and there goes Justin."
Well,
so I was just
my computer green screen, so like that's how I was like hold on, because I wanted to call a table talk because I'm like, what? How far do we want to take this? Because you just killed a child in front of my character, and that's like my whole goal is to kill, monstrosities, and that's like number one on the list. Like, are you like ready for this kind of shit? Because
This is.
I don't
this
want to
is
kill a
PvP
character.
territory.
Yeah, this is like, where are you expecting to go? And before we go into it, because I don't want to. I don't want to be in that situation.
Tabletop. I'm thinking that Gideon, Gideon. Kind of want to retire Gideon.
Okay.
And let him turn into some kind of thing that maybe initiates the Time War or indirectly through maybe some kind of contamination of the gnome population, which I've already been actively doing for a while now.
Okay.
Pretty much
That is
everywhere
true.
we've gone, I've either contaminated the water or been pricking people with poison, like Gideon infused little poison pricks. So I'm kind of thinking that at this point, Gideon is about ready to flee the party and turn into some kind of feral monster that is set to.
He's gonna turn into a bad guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, a badder NPC bad guy. He's already a bad guy. He's already a bad guy.
BBEG,
Well,
big bad evil guy.
There's so many bad things in the Time War.
Okay, I just wanted to see where you wanted to go with it because I
Yeah.
didn't want to because you are technically in character and that's where I've it's like all right, that is in character for Gideon, like we know that, but I'm like, okay, the line has been crossed to the point where I can't
Reasonably
yeah,
act in
and
character as your character. You can't just go along with it unless you're planning on just saying, lawful good, maybe more like
Yeah.
lawful or chaotic evil.
I've killed people for dumb, justified reasons, but this was like we were actively trying to de-escalate a situation, and then all of a sudden, like you did like the ninja meme, and then all of a sudden the kid's head popped off, and I wanted to be and I wanted to make sure like we didn't like just kill your character off if you had a plan for it that wasn't retiring the character. So that's the main thing I wanted to make sure of because I didn't want to have that situation happen.
I understand. So Gideon is now shirtless with a dagger, and let's say that the you notice now that his shirt is off that the skin on his body has started to sag visibly.
Oh, so you're literally becoming the alien from Men in Black.
Think Men in Black, exactly.
It's turning a mottled gray, and you can see black seeping out of it.
So
Yeah, like dark
you're Vincent
black purplish
D'Onofrio.
bruises.
Is Gideon going to retreat in this situation?
Well, I was going to. So when you said loose leaf, that's what made me realize that I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here, because I thought that was you, Scott, doing that, and then all of a sudden I was looking, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
No, all I did was dispel the magic on the head that you were using to turn innocent civilians into stone.
I webbed you to a
Okay,
wall
and
as a giant spider.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was confused because I thought that was what Davril did, and I was like, all right, you dispelled it and then webbed me to the wall. That makes a whole lot more sense.
Oh no, yeah, it was two of us working in tandem to like, basically quell you.
It's kind of fun when this happens because it is fun catching up because I'm just like, what the f- is going on?
You're getting
What's
to experience
happening?
a full story instead of the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Gideon's is gonna bellow one more time at the party and run down a side alleyway.
I have one question
Wait,
before we continue.
Hang
this,
on.
and that is:
Never mind.
is the party going to pursue Gideon right this moment
I'm gonna get onto the rooftops and start following him.
as Spider?
Mm-hmm.
Giant ass spider on the roof. Okay.
I like it.
The critter on the roof.
Hang on, as I'm gonna cast invisibility on Loose Leaf. No, really, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slap him in his thorax and cast But no, wait, never mind. I can't. I don't have that spell prepared. Fuck.
All right. You slap him
Never
in his
mind.
thorax and you're like, damn, I don't have that spell ready. I have a question. This is a dumb one.
There are no dumb questions in Dungeon World.
Is Waylon and Davril going to ride Loose Leaf onto the roof?
Can we call you?
Well,
Can we call you
well,
Shelob?
I'm thinking like if I guess Waylon would have been confused when out of nowhere Gideon put a head on his head and turned the guards to stone. So yeah, I'm gonna turn around and if I notice the rest of my party doing something, I'm gonna join in. And so if Davril or Flanagan, I'm sorry. Which one? I've lost track of who you are at this point.
I am everything and nothing.
He's actually both of those characters. You were correct.
Yeah.
So
Just
if
wait
he
till
makes
this Saturday or Sunday.
if he makes a move to hop on Loose Leaf, I will too. But I'm
down with this Loose Leaf. Spider Knights.
Ride me.
Don't say that, please.
Absolutely say that.
I'm sorry.
Every time. You leap on. Everyone is riding Loose Leaf onto the roof as Gideon attempts to escape. You've kind of got the high ground on him. Gideon, do you want to handle this interaction, or would you like me to? Since I don't know how done with this character you are.
He's pretty done at this point. I think
do you want to help him escape, maybe, or do you want me to take over?
The only thing I was going to do is try to get down into the sewers.
I know.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious what he's going to try and do. So yeah, it's up to you.
I mean, if that's your plan, that was also my plan. So.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm making for the sewers.
So you're.
Are there any bystanders in the?
And there's
any
a
bystanders?
grate, and they're on the roof. They can see you opening the sewer grate and jumping in, but I don't think a spider is going to fit in the manhole.
No, because I'm a giant.
You're like the size of a small elephant.
A baby elephant is what I described it in the arena because I was like spout
yeah.
lore into the giant spider in the forests.
Right.
So I made it canon. I can't go back on it.
That's
I can try to.
Why would you want to be a small spider?
right?
Can I become a swarm of spiders?
You're not Spider-Man.
Wait,
1,000 ants. 1
no,
million ants.
that reminds me of that time where it's like, I'm gonna summon all the spiders. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
That's
Anyways.
exactly what I was referencing.
Anyways.
I can take another shot to try to web him before he gets into
What's
the
your shot
sewer.
of choice? Whiskey,
He's-
gin.
He is falling
Everclear?
into the manhole. If you wanna try to blast a web at him, now's your only chance.
Hack and slash, volley.
I think volley is a good one.
Yeah, that would be. That sounds
I
about.
don't think you're doing damage though.
No.
Would a 9 hit him as he was falling?
A 9 is a mixed success. We should have done Defy Danger with webbing,
Let's do it.
but a 9 is fine. You you fire off the webs, and Gideon, it catches your hand, plastering it to the manhole, to the top of it with your empty hand. You're basically hanging from the lid of the manhole, or like you're hanging
Okay.
into the manhole by the web in your hand. You've got the manhole cover off to the side within reaching distance. The dagger that's not webbed up, or the hand that's not webbed up, is your dagger hand. How do you react?
So I was gonna say that so I had already jumped into the hole, right?
You jumped into the hole, but the webbing caught your hand at the last moment.
So there's some downward force, and the weight is pulling my. I'm hanging by my hand, but the initial downward force, it abruptly stopped me, right?
It did.
Can we say that the bottom of Killian just explodes from the sheer downward pressure?
That's a lot of pressure, man. That's a lot of pressure.
There's no way I.
Not
He
that
is a
much
big-
pressure.
And
You're
especially
not
for
decomposing
a
that far yet.
well, a body. So I'm not that decomposed. You're gonna go there. Okay.
I am.
Okay. I guess I'll reach up and slash that web off.
I was expecting something else, but yes, yeah, you can do that.
As he does that, I want to launch off of loose leaf. Like I want to like pencil dive basically at the hole and try to like grapple. Killian?
You're 2 stories up. You are a wizard. You are jumping into a manhole at the bottom of the ground.
Every bone in his body breaks.
He explodes from the
well,
waist
you
down.
see, here's the thing: is it's let me do that. It's Davril's body, but Flanagan's
charge.
mine. Yeah.
All right, Gideon, as you cut free with the dagger, Davril the wizard, from what you can see, comes flying at you like a missile.
What do I need to roll?
I don't know.
What are the potentially fatal effects of this?
Last breath.
I think, like, what is the goal? You want to like tackle him, right?
More or less. I feel like that this would.
This is
This-
a defy danger with, like, I think strength as you're trying to grapple
Okay.
him.
Okay. Defy danger.
Now,
with
I'm hanging
strength.
in the manhole, right?
You were, but now you're falling because you cut free with your dagger.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Here we go.
You stumble.
This is, but let's see. The effect is you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The details by powering through, because I rolled by strength. So I don't know. I don't know if you can really aid that.
I don't think
You're
you
going
can.
to power through your broken neck.
As you go, oh, this is a hard bargain or an ugly choice or a worse outcome. What do you use?
Ugly. I want an ugly choice.
An ugly choice. Okay,
Yeah,
you're going.
Well, I guess that's really more your call than mine. But
You're going too fast. This is gonna hurt a lot. It might kill you if you land.
Crack the femur.
If you if you land incorrectly. And you have this split moment thought. What kind of weapon do you have? A staff?
I have. What do I have on me? I have a staff and a shield.
And you use your staff to channel magic?
I guess that would be considered the staff is my. No, it's not my arcane ward because I have an individual item for arcane ward, but I have a staff and a shield.
Okay. You're flying at this manhole too fast. You know it's gonna hurt. You know it might kill you. If you make this call right now, you might save your life. If you stick out your staff and use it to cushion your fall against the manhole.
Are we saying like I jettison through, but I staff up so it catches me at the hole instead?
Well, it's gonna snap and slow you down.
It's gonna, or I pull out my shield and I hold it forward as I'm flying, like head first at him.
You're still gonna hit the ground.
I'm gonna hit the ground, yes.
But the hard choice is your staff. If you use it to slow yourself down, it's gonna break. But you are guaranteed to survive this fall.
Okay.
But the staff.
I mean, I have a shield. Wouldn't that be better?
Is a shield going to slow down your descent? I say the staff because I'm expecting
the staff because it'll okay.
Catch
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Yes. Right. All right. I'll break my staff to cushion the fall, basically.
Jeff, you don't have to worry. Something's going to happen one way or another, and it's going to be great. You don't have to worry about him.
Okay, good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I was muted, but I was just like, I could just see Davro like trying to like aim into the hole, and then he just like tries to catch himself with the staff, and it just kind of buckles, just like. Ugh.
That's exactly what happens. That's how I see it. Is I'm going through, I'm just like, oh fuck. So I pull like I've got my staff, and I turn it the long way, and it catches, but I like yank my arm as it breaks, and I just like just tumble through this.
Now I've said that you will absolutely survive this fall. How much health do you have? So that
I
don't have roll damage that will actually kill you.
How much health do I have? I have 5 hit points.
You take 4.99999.
4.995. 4 and 9/10.
You could do like minor damage and just say that his arm's dislocated now, like his shoulder.
That's tempting. Yes.
It's like crippled now.
You don't take damage. You take a debility to your strength.
Ooh.
Okay, so going forward, I'm weak, so I'm at -1 on strength.
Yes.
That's what it shows. You got that little checkbox.
That's how it's going to work functionally. As you fall down on top of Giddeon, who is on the ground, and you have Giddeon. On top of you.
So I do land on him.
You do land on him.
As I land on him, though, I see it coming because I'm hyper aware of what's going on.
Are you? You just dislocated your arm.
I dislocated my arm, but I've got a mission. Hand on forehead. I look him in the eyes and I cast Visions Through Time.
Oh boy.
Visions Through Time.
That's your. Okay. On your forehead or his?
My hand is on his forehead. I'm in his eyes, and it says, cast the spell and gaze into a reflective surface. His eyeballs.
Okay. And what do you want to know? What are you trying to figure out?
It's not what I figure out.
No. I mean, tell me what the spell says.
It says, cast the spell and gaze into a reflective surface to see into the depths of time. The GM will reveal the details of a grim portent to you, a bleak event that will come to pass without your intervention. They'll tell you something useful about how you can interfere with the grim portent's dark outcomes. Rare is the portent that claims you'll live happily ever after. Sorry.
I got you.
There's the text.
I got you.
Do I need to cast a spell for this, or does it just pop off?
You do need to cast a spell
okay.
for this. Okay.
I forget the spell. Like, Like it is, I dislocate my shoulder. I'm on him. I cast a spell, and it just poofs.
One and done.
You see, your eyes turn to his eyes as you gaze into his eyes and see his future, and you find yourself from the point of view of a burly, muscular man looking at your arms, and you see yourself wearing what looks like militia garb that's camouflaged. You feel a strap on your chest, which appears to be a gun strapped to the back of your chest. And you reach up and you grab her hand and you feel this bushy beard. And then you look down at your left arm and you see this inky blackness kind of grow off of it, kind of like the symbiote would, like Venom would.
Okay.
And then the panel flash, or then your point of view flashes away, and you see Klaus.
Oh fuck!
Symbiote.
God, where's Chris for this? Oh fuck!
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay.
That is a grim tiding indeed.
That really is. Holy shit. All right. It just got interesting.
Giddeon, Davril is distracted by this grim portent. What do you do?
What would Gideon do? So he's like just staring off into space, and I'm just like laying under him, looking at him.
No, I'm staring into your eyes, basically.
Is there? Am I paralyzed because of the spell? Is there anything that's happening to me?
Is In Your Eyes playing while this is happening?
Think of the song that plays in.
I start singing In Your Eyes.
Think of the song that plays in Ghost when they're making the pottery.
Ooh, I like that.
That would be Unchained Melody, I believe.
Well, I could poison him.
What are you going to poison him with?
In a long time.
I don't know what poisons I have. Actually, I haven't looked at that in a while. I don't know what I have.
You should roll. You should roll randomly on that. It's the heat of the moment, and you just do it. So you should just roll for it.
Keep in mind that you have a giant ass spider and a bard
still up there.
And they are coming as like the moment that this next thing is resolved, they gonna be on top of you. You need to be fast. This needs to be an impulse decision that's gonna save your life because you're running out of plot armor.
All right, so he's just
5,
staring at me.
4,
I guess I'll
3,
wiggle loose
2,
and dart down the
1.
the sewer.
Wiggle loose and dart down the sewer. No poison. You're just gonna leave him comatose in his vision.
Yeah, I'll just leave him in a pile.
In a pile.
You dash into the darkness.
And I'm gonna shoot him.
What? You only have your dagger and your pants.
What? You didn't say I lost my bow.
Yes, he did.
Do you carry your bow in your shoe?
I keep my crossbow stuffed in my shoe.
He said that you lost
No,
everything
fine,
but your
fine.
pants and your dagger.
Okay, fair
You can
enough.
keep your boots if you want. As
Yeah,
long
we
as you're
won't
not carrying
need
a
'em
bow and
soon.
arrow in them.
He won't need anything soon.
Well, he's got a bomb in those.
You disappear into the darkness, and as Loose Leaf and Waylon climb down into the sewers. Well, I guess Waylon climbs down. Loose Leaf is like hanging out upstairs as a spider. Can't fit.
I'm gonna use Doppelgator's dance,
Okay.
Ooh.
and I'm not shifting back into Loose Leaf. I'm shifting into Melvin.
Okay.
So I am taking the disadvantage because this isn't Loose Leaf's fight anymore. Melvin knows what's going on, and he's taking charge. He's pissed.
Excellent. We find ourselves with Waylon, Davril, and Melvin in the sewers, and Gideon gone to who knows where, when, what, into the darkness.
Can I spout lore to the party?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
All right, so they come down, and I'm gonna regale them on what I just saw via the spell that I cast, and I'm going to convene with the host body that I'm going over, or that I've basically taken over as Flanagan, and I'm gonna ask him to. Is there any way to contact Azuth?
You want Davril to try to contact Azuth.
Yes.
And you want to spout lore about that. I mean, roll spout lore. I guess we'll find out.
Okay. All right.
Can I get a refresher? Does Melvin know about Azuth?
Let me mark XP.
Absolutely not, because Azuth is... So, I don't know if you're aware that Davril is Scott's D&D character
Oh,
in the D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Who has somehow magically been transported into the Time War.
nope, didn't put two and two together on that.
You wouldn't have known. Only Brett and everybody. I'm sorry, everybody but you and Chris would have known. Everybody but you. Everybody but you.
What? I don't get it. What's so funny, everyone?
You know that
That's
you don't
fine.
contact Azuth. He contacts you. And he's going to contact you now at some point. I just don't know when it's going to be. Go ahead and take that XP.
I already marked it. Yeah.
Go ahead, party.
So did we lose Gideon? Did we lose an eye on him? Is he gone?
Yeah. He got away while I was casting this spell. He got. The best I can do is detect magic and see if we can track him down. But it's you know how sewers are. It's going to be hard to find him at this point.
He's gonna shed his form.
What the
Yes.
hell happened with that guy, man?
That's not.
I was
That's not
trying
our
to
friend
stay
anymore.
strong to the guards, and next thing I know, there's a hit on my head.
I wanna
What
draw
in
everyone's
tarnation?
attention to the fact that we have Melvin now instead of a druid. I don't know why that's not more concerning.
I'm going with old school with the turtleneck and like the backpack and the
I
shit too.
simply haven't noticed. Waylon is a big character. He only pays attention really to himself.
He's the star of the show.
Yeah.
But I'm still
Such a
holding
side character.
my arm is still stone, holding the staff, but it's like glowing really brightly because you can just tell I'm pissed.
Can I? I would like to try and dispel the magic on that staff, or on his arm being stone, and see if that fixes it first. Now that we're kind of in a calm state, I guess.
You know, being all chill in the sewers.
Yeah.
If you think this is the safest place to cast magic, then absolutely.
Probably. Let's do it. I'm gonna cast a spell.
It's like, I'm tired of looking at your rock arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay my hand on his bicep and radiate some warmth through it with dispel magic. Which dispel magic is: choose a spell or magic effect in your presence. The spell rips itself apart. Unless your spells are ended, powerful magic is just reduced or dampened so long as you are nearby. Is this considered powerful magic?
That's a good question. That's a question for Melvin, or sorry, for Loose Leaf.
Leaf.
Is your staff a powerful artifact or a wimpy one?
The staff is very powerful, but it's only like a channeling thing.
So could we say that your arm is still stone, but now you have retained mobility with it?
I don't want to give him a rock arm weapon.
Well, I want to say like it's up to my hand now. I still have the deformity,
Sure.
but it's just like my hand, and I can open and close it.
I like
Okay,
that.
but the rest of you is still stone, so you're just like this, but you can go, hey, look what I can do.
You can now twiddle your fingers. You could
No,
read that if you want.
Yeah, I think like I got mobility is instead of being full stone, it's like stone skin, but shitty stone skin.
I'm like picturing
Like,
how about this? I'm picturing your arm as like the Thing's arm now instead of
yeah,
a
it's
statue.
like it's stone skin, but it's not useful. Like if you hit somebody, it's not like hitting somebody with a pile of rocks. It's stone, but you'll still hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, make it like that. Make it like the right hand of Doom from Hellboy. Got like
No,
a
but
big
then-
old rock key arm.
But then it wouldn't be a deformity; it would be a plus, and I've already have minus on my dexterity, which is still what this is supposed to represent.
Yeah.
So.
You are currently more flexible.
And open and close my hand. Doors are not a problem anymore.
You have 2 hands. You're fine.
But it's getting through. The staff was still in my hand the whole time.
This is true. You were stuck in doorways frequently, especially short ones that you couldn't get the stick through. It's like, can I just like rotate it and go laterally? So, he dispels some of the magic. You feel the flexibility regained in your arm. You can now move it a little better. It's not rock hard, not statically stuck. You could release the staff if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm gonna rotate hands, just like be doing this the whole time because I'm getting feeling back.
And we find our party in the sewer still.
I turn to Waylon and I'm like, that's not our friend. That was a monstrosity that took over his body. From the world we came from, I was trying to stop it from becoming this monstrosity. But no one believed me until he killed a child. And I'm not happy.
Well, what do you think we should do now? I don't even know if we can go back into town.
Have you ever seen the movie The Thing? John Carpenter's The Thing?
You know, believe it or not, I don't think I have. Can you explain that to me? I would like a detailed recollection of the movie, please.
The basis is,
want to make sure we're clear. We're introducing movies into the Time War.
well, Melvin introducing a concept that doesn't exist because he doesn't realize
Melvin knows.
M-Dog does, but no one else that isn't in the Monster of the Week party mindset don't.
Absolutely, Flanagan wouldn't know because he's from a different timeline.
He got the Fang, which is like an exploitation movie.
All right, y'all do your thing.
Essentially, there is a monster that can take over people's bodies and become identical likenesses of it. But the inside is still the monster itself. So the black blood that we saw is not. It is the real monster, and he can find another body if we're too late. He can be anybody at this point.
Well, we got any way of tracing them? Anybody got some of that black stuff on them still?
The only person I saw with it was I don't know how I knew their name, but it was well, no, I knew their name. Flanagan, whatever their name was. It was. And then I look. I just kind of scan across the party and say, I saw Giddeon taking over Klaus.
Old
Is
or
that
young
the
Klaus?
sequel to I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus.
Did you, Sean? Did you say if it was old or young Klaus?
Young
You didn't
Klaus.
really. It was young Klaus. Okay,
Time War Klaus.
Time War Klaus. So not omnipotent Klaus.
We're gonna have to see our future selves.
I think you're right, and I know they're here because I've cast a spell before, and I saw that they are here.
And I saw my future self in the crowd warning us about it before. He talked to me before we came to this world, and I accidentally shot him.
You shot who now?
You shot yourself.
You shot yourself.
But shot
you did-
future
but-
me,
but
trying
you
to
did-
warn me.
But you did not shoot the deputy.
You shot
Melvin just
your own
goes,
self.
nice.
Well, how do we? Anybody got any ideas on how we find this guy again? We got to stop
Oh.
this thing. I think if we bought it with us, especially.
Do we find where they're like lodged because they're also contestants in the tournament?
Now it knows our plan of trying to assassinate the king. And I look around as I say that.
Look out like through the porthole and
Some guards peeked out. What are y'all doing down there?
drugs.
Okay.
We're nothing but homeless bums.
That's what you say. Don't mind us hobos.
What's
Don't
the song
mind
from The
that.
Simpsons?
Oh,
Nothing beats the hobo life except in stabbing people with my hobo knife.
That's not
definitely a
knifey,
Giddeon
Spoony.
song.
It's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
It's a spoon.
That's not a knife.
Ooh.
That's a nice knife.
I found it at a flea market for like $1. Literally $1. I paid $1 for this.
That's a
So you're
good
gonna
deal.
say like I found it at a school.
It does the blade doesn't the bad thing is the blade doesn't lock, so
So
Ooh.
dangerous.
Can
it's
you flick it
dangerous. It's very no, I can't. No. It doesn't have the. It's a very old knife, so it doesn't have the thing that you can
Safety.
like the little thing that you can press to. So I have to pull it open, but I can't stab things because it could potentially come back and close on my hand.
That's a good thing, technically.
Yeah.
It prohibits you from stabbing
It's
things.
harder to stab.
I know when I buy a knife, I always consider how well it stabs things. That's always the first thing I analyze.
What's the stabability of a knife?
Yeah, kitchen knife. How good can I stab a piece of meat with this?
No,
Well, I feel like we should do something about this. I'm slightly blown away still that a child was eaten.
Eaten, killed,
Decapitated.
to be fair,
decapitated.
some gnomes are really easy to kind of blow themselves up. If you have a crowbar enchanted with magical powers, it becomes a cult, and they just blow themselves up.
It's true.
So, and I do a quick head count. 1, 2, 3. Where's Peep Sprout?
That's a good question. We don't know.
Oh no!
I thought you
Don't
knew
know,
where he
don't
was.
care.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That will never get old, by the way.
No.
Well, he got separated from us when us, your other self, Loose Leaf, we were trying to escape, and he stayed behind. So we're not quite sure where he is. So we came back in to find him, and then this whole situation happened.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Now, my concern is if we do have to meet our Time War selves, will we have a time paradox?
I guess we'll find out.
Do we want to risk it though?
That's a good question.
Technically, I'm not me.
Oh! Flanagan's gonna spout lore about the Time War.
Do it.
Because he was in young Flanagan, because he was enlisted, so he has had training.
Yes, sure. He was enlisted. He had training.
Let me go back to Dungeon World tab. Click Spout Lore. Spout Lore is with intelligence, which I'm good at, but I'm going to roll terrible at. 7. Your GM will only tell you something interesting.
Give me some
It's on you.
context around what you want to spout.
Okay.
Because I could just give you random stuff about the Time War, but you give me some context and we can focus it around something that's of interest to you.
I've heard rumors that it is not actually a time war, but a dimension war.
Ooh.
Do you need to make the time war more goddamn complex than it is? Do you really need to do this to me?
Yes.
I've heard
What's that
rumor.
Noah?
I have heard rumor.
You know that while the Time War is the Time War in its known state is 3 branching timelines, which you already knew. One is a good one is a bad one, and the third one is an unknown one. The third one, which is the unknown one, is unknown for
Unknown reasons.
But introducing different, while it is the Time War, introducing people from different timelines into the Time War wasn't something that originally happened in timeline A or B. And you know of the events from timeline A and B because you were able, or there is a group of people within the Time War that know how to jump between timelines
And retain their memories and
retain
whatnot.
their memories and retain their physical forms. It's not like the event that happened to you where your souls or whatever were transported. They open a portal and they hop over and it's all of them.
Mm-hmm. Did we ever discern, like, we'll say between young and old Flanagan, did we ever discern that Flanagan young was like timeline A or timeline B? Did we ever actually go into that? I don't remember.
We did not.
Okay, so all right. You're smirking at that, which has me a little bit worried.
Well, not only do we not know where he's from, but now we've introduced the fact that in timeline A and B, they have a way to jump into whatever timeline they need to be in.
So in
Somebody
theory,
does anyway.
And so Flanagan, he's basically got a corkboard up in the sewer with red string attached to a bunch of different pictures going, listen, just hear me out. Right? Generally, when things happen in timelines, it splits into 2 new timelines. This is how we get timeline A, timeline B, timeline C. But when someone can move between the timelines and retain all of their memories in physical form, that leads me to believe that they are not actually from that timeline, but from a different dimension, right? So that introduces the entire fact that, sure, we could have, the world that we are on and the world that they are on, and there could be an infinitesimal number of worlds and timelines going on all at the same time.
Pepe Sylvia
Call
theory.
them variants.
The Pepe Sylvia.
Melvin, can I talk about the mail? Let's talk about the mail, Melvin.
So what do you do with this information?
That's up to the party on this one.
So our timeline, where the souls of each one of our current day selves is now idle inside of the convention center somewhere. So there's a theory of us being able to go back to those bodies. And
the thing is we never left. Our consciousnesses have been transferred across a dimension, which is why we are here now.
Right.
It's some pretty trippy stuff, man.
But if we wanted to come back into the Time War, we would not know any of this. Right?
I feel like not unless we try. Oh, it's no, not quite, Jeff. Oh, well, yeah, yes, yeah, okay, yeah. I saw the pop up in my corner. It just said timelooper.gif, and I was like, no. And then I saw the GIF, and I'm like, yes, yeah.
I think our plan is let's get cleaned up. Let's find our alternate selves, explain the situation, hopefully find Gideon, stop him from taking over this and starting the time war all over again.
But to answer your question, there will be no time paradox because we are not the same person from different timelines. We are the same people, but from different dimensions. So, it won't... What was that one? I just had the movie reference in my mind.
Was the one with Jason Gordon-Levitt and
No. This
Bruce
was like
Willis.
no. This is the one to God. What movie was that? He's the hero has the bad guy, and there's the same guy who's the same person, but it's like two timeline versions, and he shoves him into it, and the guy like morphs into this like eldritch horror before just like exploding. God, what was that? It was like an early '90s movie because they had awful CGI.
was that
Mm,
Mystery Men? No.
No, it was not Mystery Men.
no.
I feel like it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie or something like that. Anyways, something like that. Like
I will research this and let you know.
okay. I'm sure you'll find it pretty quick.
Is it the time machine?
The Time Machine
No, an
movie.
H.G.
So
Wells?
there's a scene at the end of the time machine that's got
No,
the guy
it was
from
not.
Die Hard.
Lighters?
Maybe. I don't feel like it was this.
There's a scene at the end of the time machine and it's from 2002.
Oh, the
And
2002
at the very
one.
at the very end, the leader of the Morlocks is down in the thing, and it's Jeremy Irons, and he's like, blah 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 blah, you can go now. And then he gets him in the time machine, and he leaps onto the outside of the time machine, and they're both traveling through time, and he pushes him off, and he explodes in a really bad CGI like
Nope.
explosion.
No, it was not that. It was not that. It was the same person like contacting each other, and they just kind of started morphing into this amalgamous blob before just kind of like.
I will figure this out.
So what needs to happen is y'all need to figure out what you're gonna do instead of this movie. What is the plan, guys?
This is true. This is true. Yeah.
I think we need to break out, find Peapod or Pea Sprout, and then use him as leverage. But we have to figure out where to find him. So can you divinate? Can you figure out where someone is at any given time?
You're asking me this.
Yeah, you're the magic man. If I gave you my magic staff, could you do the magic things?
I can detect magic. I can dispel magic. I could cast visions through time, which is that spell that I cast on Killian that let me know that he is going to basically take over young Klaus at some point. But outside of that, nothing that isn't big and explodey.
Oh, you're not as fun as the other magic people. No offense. But you can do cool cork boards out of nowhere.
That is a specialty.
Can I do any? No. Never. That was. Damn it! That was Helga. Helga had the ability to talk to my god, and he'd give me a single yes or no answer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why haven't you been at the inn where he was and just looked for him there?
Or who was?
You're using meta knowledge about him being captured to drive your actions when really you should go to the inn and get a beer with him because that's where you know he is.
You're right. Thank you for calling that out. Well, we need Pea Sprout. We might as well go to the inn and grab a beer.
Yeah, I think he's probably bound to be there at some point. They're
He
in
did kinda-
jail.
I think he has the law book. He'd probably legalize his way out of
Oh,
there.
wait a second. He is a paladin. He probably is most definitely in jail by now.
He probably put himself in jail as penance for our sins.
I would not be surprised.
Well, let's go to the inn then, and I'm gonna shift back into loose leaf.
That's fair. As you climb out of the sewer and out of the alleyway, you see a bunch of guards investigating these petrified individuals and the body of a child.
Oh no! I say in character.
Yeah.
What is
Walk
this?
away.
Is this the obvious consequences to our actions? Who would have thought?
Our actions.
I mean, it was really definitely all Gideon wild card in it, so
Y'all let Giddeon
I wouldn't
do it.
blame the party.
I'm not.
We didn't
they-
let him do it. He did it.
He just did it. It was just a thing that happened. They just happened to be in the party. You know how it is.
Oh yeah,
These
you know,
things
just
happen.
the every now and again, just decapitating a child. You know.
The guards
Dude,
are
he was a
taping up the
Gorgon
scene
child.
with police tape as you come out of the alley.
Oh, thank God, someone stopped him. Is the people still turning to stone? I'm terribly afraid of the situation right now. We hid in the sewers to protect ourselves from him and the giant spider and the.
One of the guards looks up, rolls his eyes, says, "Move along, everything's fine."
I take that and I move along.
Yep, and I just kind of like. Oop.
And you head back to the inn. All right. As you head into the inn, you do not see Peace Sprout drinking. I have an interjectionary or like a pause question. Jeff, where and how do you want to introduce your new character, whatever it is?
I figure we would just talk about that later, like maybe when we go running on Sunday or something.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can
Not eat up
brainstorm it.
time in the session. Yeah.
Well, we do character creation in session, so I ask because if we do full group collaboration, maybe we can make it make sense with a time war.
Okay.
I feel like this is a good place to do that now that you're back at the inn, and the inn's like a place of gathering and blah blah blah.
Let's just set up a table and put on the front of the table taking auditions for another party member.
For Waylon and you're not
Yeah,
you're not the bystanders. What are you?
the
roadies?
highwayman.
The highwayman.
The
Highwaymen.
I don't know why.
That's
hung up on
that's
bystanders.
Waylon Jennings.
I thought you were
Actually,
just being silly.
that's one of his real groups.
With that in mind, Jeff, is there anyone in the Time War that you're pretty passionate about or you've thought about that needs to be front and center? Or is there a character from Monster of the Week that you want to inject into the Time War? Or what are your ideas?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I really was acting in character as Gideon. I did not expect the whole party to turn on him. Gideon was thinking, man, sweet. That's what we always needed was a Gorgon head so we can just petrify our enemies. That'll be perfect in my assassin's kit. And then Peace Sprout and Davril came and shit all over that. So
The loose leaf, not Peace Sprout.
To be fair, you
sorry,
killed a
loose
child.
leaf. I'm magically about to implode, child. It was a mercy kill, really.
That we were getting progress with.
Yeah, you made his eyes change to demon green instead of full on about to go supernova. That's right.
Therapy takes time. Time that, if you let us do, probably would have been just as catastrophic knowing us.
Well, with the guards descending, I'm sure they would have been very understanding. The child wouldn't have ended up lobotomized in some sort of laboratory. Would have been fine.
Oh my god, I got an idea.
Everything would have been fine.
I got a character proposal for you, Jeff.
Okay.
Pea Sprout has quested himself to kill a knight, and I would love for you to be that knight.
What kind of knight?
Half dwarf, half gnome, big, strong, tough guy knight who is annoyed by Pea Sprout's existence.
Has set himself to destroy Pea Sprout?
He has not set himself to destroy Pea Sprout. He is a bodyguard to one of the wizards that reports to one of the gnome heirs.
Would I be joining the party or be against the party?
You would have to join the party, and you would have to find a reason to do so. You would
Okay,
also
I can-
have to find a reason for Pea Sprout not to kill you, because that's his quest. So maybe not a good idea.
Oh, I mean, we could figure something out. I like the sound of that character.
And he follows. He has some dwarven background, so he kind of aligns with Giddeon before the evil.
Yeah, back when he crawled his way out from Zork.
Yep. So we could actually explore Zork more if you wanted to.
That's true. Does Zork exist here?
Absolutely. Although it's what we know about it. What do we know about Zork? Or Zork?
It's a grand underground empire.
Right. And it's under Earth, right?
Yep.
It's not under fantasy land.
I think the Underdark, I guess.
Maybe if it's Underdark, kind of, it's like it can be interdimensional then, right?
Sure.
That makes sense.
I'm sure there's definitely pockets of the Earth where the fabric of reality has been distorted to some extent.
Excellent. Then let's I'll create a character sheet. Let's knock this guy out real quick. I'm gonna call him Jeff.
Gazorp Field.
Jeff's knight.
Poor car.
Poor of the
Poor
hill people.
There you go. I've created
obsessed
a
with ham.
character section. I don't know what kind of class you were thinking, but
Sounds like bodyguard.
fighter is an option. Maybe ranger. Actually, fighter and ranger
I
are the
mean-
two things that haven't existed yet.
Fighter then. That'll work.
All right, character sheet's open. Let's do this. You can drive the building process.
Okay, let's see. Jeff's Knight. Character sheet. So, the rough outline is that I'm a bodyguard for a wizard, right?
Bodyguard for a wizard. Yep, and you're half
Okay.
dwarf and half gnome. That's all I have for his background.
Okay. Why is it that Pea Sprout wants to kill me?
He's on a quest. He's annoyed by your existence.
What did I do to annoy him?
You bitch slapped him with a metal gauntlet.
Wait, sorry, I zoned out for like 1 second. Is this the knight from like a couple sessions ago from Fantasy Waffle House?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Because so that is a minor slight. We will figure out some way for him to make that right. Maybe I'll save his life. Maybe that's how the character could be introduced. When maybe I could break Pea Sprout out of jail. But why would I do that? What would be the reason?
I guess we'll find out.
So could we make it a similar scenario that one of the Session A characters has spontaneously taken possession of Jeff's knight or car?
One of the session 8. Oh, you mean
Yeah.
Ooh, I got an idea. We haven't seen original Gideon in like a year. Could that have been where his actual like consciousness went? Was
That is a great
inside,
idea.
kind of take it back to old school instead of being the monster. You just kind of get to be the gruff dwarf mechanic.
I like that.
And if you don't want to be Gideon, if you want to toss in like, if you want to introduce Gideon's cousin or a family
Gadian.
member or a different dwarf, or if you want to play a different kind of dwarf, you can here as well. I'm open to like literally anything.
Yeah, don't
I
just
like. No, I really like that pre-evil Gideon.
Preval.
Pre-evil. We'll call him
So-
Pre-vol.
Is this before Gideon was in Zorb? Or no, is this Gideon's spirit, or is this Gideon before he was kidnapped to Zorb?
No, this would be Gideon before he was. His consciousness was melted by the combination of poisons and spores and all sorts of. I mean, it was really just like a perfect storm of things that created Gideon to begin with.
Yeah.
it
If he
it
hadn't
was
been poisoned. Oh, sorry.
it was the biological bomb when I first started, right? Because I never actually really dealt with him much before he kind of started going all mutant.
He was
Yeah,
going
so-
all he was going all mutiny before basically anybody else joined the game outside of me, because it was me and Jeff originally.
Yeah, so they went to investigate a zoo that had
Mhm.
some spores
Hmm.
that were causing people to be like mind controlled, right? As
Yeah.
zombies.
Yes.
And Gideon, I think he go like charging in somewhere he shouldn't have, and he at first it was like, oh yeah, it's just a scratch. I'm
You'll be
fine.
yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You
it'll be
inhaled
fine.
like a bunch of the spores.
Yeah,
And
so
you did
so
it,
at
like, 3
first,
more times.
yeah, like
Yeah, it wasn't-
multiple events happened that shaped Gideon into the ball of evil that he ended up becoming.
Yeah.
But specifically, he was like a fungus man to begin with, and he wasn't even necessarily like evil. He's more just driven by hunger at first, but then it mutated along with him, especially once he ate the essence of Halloween. That really ramped up the chaotic evil aspect, and then he ate the cursed gnome skull, which made it even worse. It was just like one thing right after another.
And then each other gnome we've killed in Gnome Shanty Town, and then like all the corpses
every
there.
soul. Yep,
Uh,
mountains of corpses.
Let's do your stats real quick. You got 6, or you have 6 stats you need to assign: 16, 15, 13, 12, 9, and 8.
16,
Your top 3 are
15,
16, 15, 13. So pick your
13.
important ones.
All right. And then what were the other 3?
12, 9, and 8.
Actually, let's make that 8. We'll do.
Are you filling it out now? I'm not
Yeah.
seeing anything change.
I'm changing it. I just. Oh, I'm changing it on Gideon. Whoops. Just kidding.
And then your it'll automatically figure out your modifiers. Your maximum HP is your class's base HP plus con. So your HP is going to be 10 plus 1, 11. As a dwarf, you get a starting move. When you share a drink with someone, you may parlay with them with con instead of charisma.
is a dwarf thing.
Yep. You have a couple of moves that you start with: bend bars, lift gates, armored, signature weapon, and we need to figure out what your signature weapon is.
Well, so sounds like it would be a longsword.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Longsword. You know what? If he's a dwarf, let's make it a warhammer.
Okay. Well, you choose a base description, so I guess hammer, and then you choose a range that best fits your weapon. So is it a small hammer or a big or a close hammer or a hand hammer? Like if you scroll down and look at the expanded signature weapon section, you build this thing to be custom to your character.
Let me pull that up then. Base description, hammer. All right, hammer. Close.
Excellent. You got to be in melee range.
Pull it over here.
And you pick 2 enhancements.
Ooh, interesting.
Shit, you could do hooks, spikes, and serrated edges.
I'm gonna do sharp. One side of it is a claw. Or I guess that would be, what do you think? Oh, that's piercing. Yeah, if you hit somebody with the claw end of a warhammer, that's piercing damage.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And perfectly weighted.
So add precise and +2 piercing. I don't know what piercing is, so I'll have to figure that one out. And yeah, you have to choose a look. Is it ancient, unblemished, ornate, bloodstained, or sinister? Keep in mind you're a knight for an aristocracy, bureaucratic wizard gnome.
Ornate.
Excellent. Alignment is up next. Are you good? Do you defend those weaker than you? Are you neutral? Do you defeat a worthy opponent? Or are you evil? Kill a defenseless or surrendered enemy.
So are we talking not evil Gideon, or are we talking this character?
This
This
character.
dwarf man.
This dwarf man.
I would say dwarf would be.
I think this can be both. But,
I would think good if it's a knight.
so you would defend those weaker than you. All right.
Maybe he's just doing some mercenary work just to. He's trying to drum up money for the orphanage back down in Zork,
Excellent.
and this is the only work he could find that paid decent.
Your load is 12 plus your strength. That's how much stuff you can carry. I think that's on the sub tab.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. So like, what's your strength modifier?
Hold on.
2, so it'd be 14.
Yeah. So 12 plus 2. All right. I'm gonna fill in this in later. I'm just I don't want to be like scrolling around trying to find all the different places to enter the stuff. I'm just putting it all in the notes.
Okay.
Dumping it.
You have either chainmail armor or scale armor.
Scale.
Scale is 2 armor and 3 weight. You get to choose 2 from this list of 4 things. 2 healing potions, or a shield, or an antitoxin, dungeon rations, poultices, and herbs, or 22 coins.
22 coins.
For the orphanage.
Shield
right?
and 22 coins. Yep.
You have some bonds. Do you want to discuss bonds next session after you have a chance to think about it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll post a picture in Discord chat for you to take a look at and you think about who you want to bond with.
I'm gonna do the bonds right this time.
Excellent.
Now, do we automatically solve all bonds with Gideon as characters because he's no longer in the party?
You
you can resolve them.
You want to know a very fun part? Is my bond with Killian is will play an important role in events to come. I have foreseen it.
That's resolved. You get XP for that.
The spirit spoke to me of great danger that follows Gideon.
Mine was
XP. Good job.
There we go.
mine was Killian trusted me with a secret.
What secret was it? Was it that he was an evil parasite?
I confided in him drunk.
I feel like I would have acted on that one. I don't know yet.
Could we retcon it and say that one night when Wayland and Killian were around the campfire, he drunkenly broke down and mentioned that his mind had been slipping.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
confided in you. You did nothing.
Carry
let
this
this
guilt with you
happen.
for the rest of days.
You
You
told
let
me
this
not to
happen.
tell anybody. I don't feel guilty.
You didn't tell anyone, but you did nothing.
Yeah, it was a secret. I kept it. I feel great.
Let's, since we're doing it, let's do end of session XP. Were any other bonds resolved with other characters?
Let's see.
Oh crap! I'm supposed to start this session with a level up, but whatever. We can do it next session.
We didn't level up because we didn't rest.
Right. We haven't
Yep.
rested. I think you might.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You're at an end now. You might rest. You might party all night until the next match.
That's rested for him. My mouth doesn't taste like cigarettes and bad hookers. It hasn't been a good evening.
As far as alignments,
Use okay. So mine is use magic to directly aid another. I would say that dispelling the decapitated child's head was yes.
It aided some people. I feel like loose leaf, you hunted unnatural monsters or something this time.
Yeah, we technically eliminated unnatural menace, not by the means in which I wanted to, but
Mine was spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action.
You opened up the door for Gideon to get away with what he did. By
Oh yeah,
shooting
I
the
just dragged the guard, started playing them a song.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Well, Gideon's in it now.
Through my spout lore, well, would my spout lore count, or was that kind of the ramblings of a madman?
Anything you learn about the world counts.
So, Flanagan / Davrill has introduced that it is not simply just timelines, but dimensions. But that has not yet been a proven theory. So, I don't know if I would personally count that, to be honest.
The ramblings know the portals in between dimensions you know about, and that's new, and that's
Okay.
concrete.
Okay, so then his ramblings may be on kind of a correct course, but not the right path, you know? Okay.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
I would not say that we overcame anything this session.
no, we lost.
Yeah.
That's so honorable. You lost. Gideon escaped.
We took the L on this one.
Did we loot memorable treasure?
No, we did
We
not.
lost the treasure of friendship.
Right?
We're at an end. Does anyone level up?
I do.
What is it? I'm sorry, I forget every time. It's what, 7 plus your level?
7 plus your level.
Okay, I didn't.
We'll start with you, Brett, since you would have leveled up last session.
Okay.
What you got? What you gonna pick? Is it amazing? I can't wait.
I have no clue.
All right,
I
well, we'll
bought
get
it up.
back to
I
you.
really should have pulled it up after I bought it up, but no, I just mentioned it and then sat here like an idiot. Hang on.
All right, Justin, what you got?
So I thought I leveled up a couple sessions ago, and it's already been my sheet, but it says do not use till in. I picked the move Chimera, and what Chimera says is when you shapeshift, you may create a form up to 3 different shapes. You may take or for each creature I choose, I get that ability added to it. And for example, it's like you can be a bear with wings of an eagle and the head of a ram. Each feature has different moves you make. Your chimera form follows the same rules as shapeshifter otherwise. So I can get creative.
I have a really weird question about this. Does it?
hmm
Can you chimera with doppelganger?
That's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
Oh God!
Fear
I
me.
love
Wait
it.
to see this. What about Davril?
I don't level.
All right, then
I'm too experienced from leveling, so next session I will likely level.
just fail a whole
Hang on.
bunch, and I'll give you lots of opportunities. Don't you worry.
Hey, sometimes I roll great the entire session, and other times it's a shit show the entire session.
Of course, it's being a pain. I'm gonna look at the thief moves. I think since I was using the song to try to distract guards, I'm picking up thieving tactics.
You're
Excellent.
becoming part of the unsavory
So
crowd.
you get to multi-class a little bit then. Is that it?
Hang on, I'm waiting for the moves list to freaking. Uh,
I'm scrolling to the.
Scrolling.
I'm scrolling as I flip through pages in the book. Are you in the advanced moves or are you in the? Okay, you're in the.
I'm in the advanced moves. Yeah.
But not the level 6 to 10 moves, but the 2 to 5. What level are you?
Yeah, the 2 to 5 moves.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll be level 4 after this level up.
Gotcha. So you're gonna do the multi-class dabbler or multi-class initiate and pick up a thief move.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me scroll to the thief stuff.
I can do that, right? I'm doing this.
That's
I don't know why
the
I'm
thing that
trouble
bards
with
can
level.
do. They can multi-class.
Take a little bit from this, a little bit of that, a little bit of cleric, and sprinkle in some druid, and add some paladin, and ta-da! I'm a bard.
Jazz hands.
You can do cheap shot when using precise or hand weapons. Your backstab deals an extra 1d6 damage.
I have a rapier. Um. Yeah, let's take cheap shot. No, hang on. Because I'm looking at cheap shot and I'm looking at shoot first.
I like both of those.
I know. That's what I'm gonna take shoot first. I want shoot first.
Okay, are you gonna? So your shoot first isn't just ranged weapons. It can be anything. So if I say this guy's got the drop on you, you tell me no.
Okay.
And spoilers, everyone else, a lot more bad guys are gonna get the drop on you. So Brett can use this move.
Boy, oh boy.
All right, that's all I got, guys.
All right.
I can't believe it went down like it did.
I did not see the whole child. I imagine that the whole child thing was going to go in honestly, a completely different direction. But it is
because of how that happened. There is a loose plot thread out there.
excellent. I always enjoy some unknown kind of stuff going down.
He's gonna come out of the shadows with a curly Gideon goop mustache and top hat and monocle, and he's gonna be like, "It is I, ha ha!"
It was me all along.
All right, I'm gonna hit it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
going to
man.
bed.
Yeah,
No, have a
Good
good one.
yeah. I'm not far.
Really